basically. And it makes you think, we're all fucking monkeys, dude. One day, a long time ago, not one day, a long time ago, we were swinging in trees and we came down and we started getting drunk and now we're here, right? Like, we're all
Like
just the same.
evolution's the craziest thing, dude. Like just yeah. Did you know like whales used to they were in the water and then they got out of the water and then they realized, oh, all our food is in the water. So they went back and now the whales and they're fish again. Like
They think dolphins and humans were like one and the same at one point, and then dolphins got back in the water. That's why they say dolphins are like their IQ is so high, and that we shouldn't be keeping them in SeaWorld, because they're
SeaWorld
so smart.
sucks, dude.
SeaWorld
Is
fucking
SeaWorld is
sucks.
SeaWorld still a thing in America?
I think so, dude. I really do. I actually I really do think it is. It's slowing down, and a lot of people are like understand it, but dude,
Did you watch the Blackfish documentary about it?
I did not.
Dude, you should definitely watch that. I think it won like Academy Award for like best documentary some year or something, but it's just about SeaWorld and how they're like capturing these like whales and like just keeping them in such small spaces and they're just dying because they're not supposed to be there and like they end up killing the trainers and stuff because they're not supposed to be in these confined spaces. And, oh no, it's like I definitely recommend watching that. You'll end up hating SeaWorld so much more.
I hate SeaWorld, dude. And especially since we understand, we're starting to learn how smart, not, we can get into that too, how smart dolphins and orcas are. And, another thing to be said about, I love pork and I love bacon, but pigs are smarter than dogs. They're saying,
Yeah, no,
yeah, they're saying that pigs have the IQ of a 6-year-old girl, like not girl, 6-year-old daughter, or like a kid. They have the IQ of a 6-year-old son or daughter, a kid. And that is,
that's probably why with Neuralink, there Elon Musk is using pigs to test Neuralink on. So that probably adds up to why. But there's also a new documentary, Seaspiracy. I don't know if you've seen that,
I
which is
haven't, but I
about
heard of
like
it.
yeah. Oh, it's also like I'm not a big seafood fan to start with. Like I don't eat seafood, but that just made me feel better about not eating seafood because apparently all sea safe or safe fishing products they actually aren't. Like the main company that's supposed to be like the companies are paying them to put the logo of like, oh, these are like sustainable fishing or whatever. The company doesn't follow up to see if it's sustainable fishing. Apparently more sea turtles and dolphins and things die from fishing
Yeah.
than from plastic and straws. But everyone was like, holy shit, guys, we need to start using metal straws, paper straws. Like, it's insane. The world's cruel. The world's cruel and
Yeah.
it's all just for money.
Back to evolution though. What I
Yeah.
just don't understand is why we're the only thing that is just conscious and can like I don't know, dude. I don't want to say that we're the only thing that's conscious, but we're the only thing that can. Oh, dude, I don't know how to frame this because it's really hard to deal what is consciousness because we don't even know what it is. But we can manifest and change our environment, and that's the way that we say that we're conscious. But like, why are we these beings who care about the moment and can understand they're going to die one day? When did that happen? We don't know, dude. We don't know why we dream. We don't know why we wake up every morning and we think and we have internal thoughts. Think about this. Just think about this. I'm going to blow your mind real quick. You could have a conversation with everybody, not everybody. You could have a conversation every day with somebody for about 8 hours a day, right? And it still will not be added up at the end of your life to how much you've talked to yourself.
Yeah, no, that's a weird thing. Just does count does talk speaking to yourself count when it's like internal, you know? And even just when you speak externally, but you're speaking your internal thoughts to yourself, does that also count as it's just yeah, the human brain is just it blows my mind. Like
The power of the human brain is fascinating, like placebo effects and how they work. And sometimes placebos even work if you tell them it's a placebo. You're like, I know this is a placebo, and they take it, and it still works sometimes.
And like group, what's it called? Group psychosis, where one person has something or they start to feel something. Now, like this whole group of people in like a town or an environment are just like experiencing the same things, even though they might not be ill or they might not actually have an issue. But it's just like, yeah.
No, what were you gonna say? No, finish what you're gonna say.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it's just that thing of like people kind of feeding off each other's like energy without like, uh, yeah, that's why Buddhism and stuff is just like, I wonder all the different cultures. I feel like every culture has like a bit of understanding towards the ideology of like what it is to be like a human and a person, and like everyone just kind of ran with it. But if we take bits and pieces of all cultures, we'd be able to understand people better, if that
Oh,
makes sense.
no, it does make sense. Like, think about this: the dancing plague of 1518 in France, when
Yes.
everyone just danced and like hundreds of people just danced until they
And they
died.
dance, yeah, they dance themselves to death.
No, they think that there was some mass hysteria or there was a disease or something. But think about this. Everyone listening right now and you, think about this. Hundreds of people, starting with one person, danced until they died in France in the 1500s. That's less than 500 years ago. Actually, that's more than 500 years ago. That's 503 years ago. But think about that for a second. Think about hundreds of people dancing in the streets until they died. Like what even is that, dude? Like if we think about that today, we're like, oh, that would never happen to us. Except now we've been in a mass pandemic for how long now? And you're thinking the influence of one person and one thing, a virus, the influence of one virus can make everything change.